I noho mai koutou. Please be seated. A tēnei te rūrū te kaukau mai nei ki hai mā whiti ki hai mā rakaraka tū pokonui o te rūrū te ere ko he pōhe ao. He ao ka awatia a ti hei Māori ora. A kātū tēnei I tēnei ata ke te tautoko ana te mihi kua mihia. He ta kōrero tuatahi o te rā I ngā kai karanga tino ātāhua te tangi a ngā manu. Kia kōrua ngā mihi. Tuarua I ngā mate. I ngā mate o te korowai o te pauritanga o te hāpori kei konei. Takuto mai haere. I ngā mate o tēnā whānau, o tēnā marae, haere. Haere atu rā ke te taha I o tātou tupuna, nui reira haere. Koa wai hō haha mātou te pō ke te pō, ka hoki mai ke te ao, ka tī. I ngā manuhiri tuaraki, whānui, o te rā, o te whetu mārama o ao pōpō I tēnei rā, a tēnā koutou, nau mai, haere mai, tauti mai. Tauti mai, raru I te maunga, āriki, o aoraki, I Whanganui, te uri o tahu pōtiki, ngai tahu whānui, me te mana o te whenua, ngai tuahuriri. Nau reira kia koutou, oku rangatira, nau mai, haere mai, ke te rā whakanuia mō tātou. Nei te tai o māha nui, mihi atu kia koutou katoa I ngā wai tapu e riri ana te nuku o te whenua. Anō kua kawia mai, au I ngā hau kua pupuhia I aoraki, I ngā hau o mihi I o koutou maunga āriki. Nau reira ngā manuhiri, whānui, tēnā koutou, nau mai, haere mai. I ngā ākunga o te rāngai o pukaha. Kua tai mai mātou kei konei, me o rātou whānui, kua tai mai rā ke te whakanuia me o koutou mahi, me o koutou kaha, ke te kāhui o te ātauranga. Koutou ngā ākunga, kua puta ngā tau ihu o te waka, kua eki pānoko, eki tangaroa I tēnei rā. Kua tai pai o koutou waka ki uta, kua eki ngā te moana poki. Nau reira, I ngā aro maunga o te motu, tēnā koutou, ngā miharoha ki o koutou katoa. E te tumu kaunihira, a tēnā rā koe, a Sue, anō te tumu whakarai, a Cheryl, tēnā rā koe, tēnā kōrua. E te rangatira o te hāpori kei konei, a Leanne, ngā mihi o te ata, ke te whakamana te rā whakihirihira mō tātou, nau reira tēnā rā koe. Te amorangi Jan, tēnā rā koe, ngā kaiako, ngā pūkinga, te mahi rangatira o te whare wānanga nei. Tēnā koutou. A tēnā koutou ngā hoi, ngā hoa mahi o te hui nei, ke te whakapaukaha ana, ke te poi, ke te taunaki, ke te hāpai, te whiti kōrero o te rā. Nau reira, tēnei te mihi whakamiha mata kōrero mō koutou mō tātou, ngā mihi. Good morning. Good morning. It is a pleasure, alongside the University of Canterbury and on behalf of Tuahuriri and Ngai Tahu, to have the first words of welcome this morning. By way of an accelerated and abbreviated translation, I acknowledge the cloak of sadness which has embraced this city over this last month. And as we are descendants of those who have passed, I acknowledge those persons and those whānau near and far in that cloak of death. In doing so, I brought us back to the land of the living and welcomed all those who have travelled here today to celebrate your children, grandchildren, parents, friends, colleagues who are graduating at the University of Canterbury. To the students themselves, I acknowledge the challenges and resilience they have demonstrated in achieving graduation today, traversing the rough and sometimes calm seas in their time here at the university, and congratulated them on their achievements. I also acknowledge the dignitaries here on stage, including the staff who have so well supported and taught our graduates of today. On behalf of Ngāi Tahu, it is a pleasure to stand and say welcome once, welcome twice, welcome thrice. Kia ora.
Manu tiria, manu eroia, ki te poho te raka, ka taurere, ka pumai te rui, e tau e koia. Koia, koutou riki, ki mai I maui, e ahara I te whitu me te waru e tau e koia. Koia.
Tēnā koutou, kuia hui hui mai, e te nera, I te mana whenua, kei te mihi. Kia ora, and welcome to all of you who have gathered here today, with special acknowledgement to mana whenua. I invite all present to stand, remove trenches, and join in singing the Māori and English versions of the first verse of the national anthem as in your program and displayed on the screens behind me. Welcome to this University of Canterbury graduation ceremony, and welcome back to the Town Hall after 8 years. What a wonderful occasion and a wonderful environment. We are home. I would also like to welcome our newly appointed Vice-Chancellor, Professor Cheryl Delaray, to her first University of Canterbury graduation ceremonies. And I'd also like to welcome our Mayor, Leanne Dalziel. Ko Sir McCormack, Tōku Ingoa, your newly elected Chancellor as from 1 January 2019. As you'll be able to tell, I'm a beginner on the Te Reo journey, and I encourage all of you to join me on that journey. We are all here today to celebrate your achievements and your hard work, to pay thanks to your lecturers who have taught and guided you, and for some to mark the end of your time at the University of Canterbury, and for others, the beginning of higher studies. It is also a time to thank your family, whānau, and friends, and support you, encourage you, and who picked you up when you have needed it most. Today, your family and friends are here to celebrate your success with you. As a university and as a society, we often contemplate the place and value of tertiary education. What can it offer? What do we gain from it? And how can we justify it? These questions elicit a diversity of responses depending on who you ask. An arts graduate may tell you about the challenges of an increasingly complex, globally connected and unpredictable world, and the value of the social, the thoughtful, and the analytical to our well-being and to the planet. Our science graduates may tell you about the ways that our humanity and social interactions can translate to technology and seeks to address the global issues such as climate change, food security, and the future of work. Our engineering graduates may tell you about adapting that technology into practical designs that meet the functional needs of our lives in the modern world. Our business and law graduates may tell you about fostering innovation and enterprise and the importance of linking technological innovation with industry here and around the world. Our education, health and human development graduates may tell you about the crucial role of health, education and well-being in the lives of our children, adults and in our communities. At the heart of this diversity of thought is a key message. We are united in our quest for improving our lives and the lives of others, a united vision of making the world a better place. We should all reap the benefits of each other's successes. I wasn't planning on talking about our recovery from the earthquakes. However, as a result of the terrorist attack on the 15th of March, I feel that I must go back there yet again. In our city, we have had to deal with loss as a result of a natural disaster. We have lost loved ones. We lost our city, all caused by a natural event. This university and this city has rebuilt its buildings so that it can be safe in the natural environment. However, this is the first time in most of our lifetimes that we have had to deal with an atrocity in our city, in our country, something caused by the human hand and not by Mother Nature. On the 15th of March, we lost 50 innocent lives in our Muslim whānau. They were not only family members, they were community members. We must learn from this. We need not only safer buildings, we need more than the bricks and mortar. We now need to work together to help build back our soul. And together, we can do this. We can do this by understanding and acknowledging human rights and the place of the treaty in society, by acknowledging how our history of racism has built systemic inequality, and by actively seeking a cultural change. At university, you have learned how to learn. We can now learn. We can build not only a physical, but a social environment that is warm, welcoming, diverse, and thriving. My challenge to you all is to show the world how your University of Canterbury education and experience has enabled you to develop the skills and the character to make a tangible contribution to your whānau, friends, workplace and communities. No matter the scale, your kindness, your acts of courage, your academic rigour, your leadership, your hard work and your passion can be harnessed for change. That change requires you to translate your skills into action. You have the knowledge and the education. You have been taught how to think. You have been taught how to analyse. You have been taught how to discern. As we are all too aware, throughout the world, attempts are being made to divide, to marginalise and to other. At the University of Canterbury, there is no other. We expect from our students and from our colleagues and graduates, citizens who stand up to racism, hatred and violence and treat others with kindness and respect. You are now, more than ever, fundamental to achieving a peaceful and thriving society. Use your skills, use your head, and use your hearts. Our individual successes are only achieved and measured through our collective successes. Speak up, have a voice, be honest and open, communicate and discuss, don't be afraid. You know what is right, but sometimes to do right takes courage to speak out. As newly qualified graduates, you can use your recent learnings to build a better city, a better country, and a better world. There's a lot to be done out in this world. Go out and do it. Most importantly, have fun-filled, wonderful, and happy lives. Enjoy your life in New Zealand or wherever you are in the world. We know how hard you have worked, how committed and dedicated you have been to get to this very special moment. And when you graduate, you'll become a University of Canterbury alumni and will always be part of this university. Hei mihi nui, ki a koutou katoa, congratulations to you all. I now convene a ceremony of the University of Canterbury for the conferment of degrees and the receipt of diplomas. I, Susan Mary Anna McCormick, Chancellor, now confer degrees in the University upon those who are about to be presented. I call on the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Cheryl Delaray, to introduce those who will present the graduands.
Chancellor, I now call upon the Dean of Postgraduate Research, Professor Bryce Williamson, to present the doctoral graduates.
Doctoral degrees are the highest academic qualifications awarded by the University of Canterbury. They are a mark of intellectual ability, critical thinking and independence. In your graduation program, there is a short description of the research conducted by each of the doctoral graduands. As each walks across the stage, the doctoral thesis will appear on the screen and members of the supervisory team will stand to acknowledge the students' achievements. Chancellor, I now have the honour to present these graduands for the conferment of degrees. Doctors of Philosophy, Noor Hayati Binti Abd Ghaffar in Civil Engineering. Sing Liang Chen in Computer Science. Daniel Anthony Fodden Clark in Chemical and Process Engineering. Sanil Dalkal in Electrical and Electronic Engineering. Michael James Frampton in Electrical and Electronic Engineering. Simona Giorgini in earthquake engineering. Gabrielle Granello in earthquake engineering. Sicheng Jia in chemical and process engineering. Hoyemen Lin in forestry. Royce Liu in civil engineering. Mokhtar bin Mat Saleh in mechanical engineering. Gayatri Mishra in forestry. Kieran George Morris in electrical and electronic engineering. Narayan Napal in electrical and electronic engineering. Pariya Nopava in chemical and process engineering. Tiyata Untaresti Riska Putri in computer science. Hossein Rashidian in mechanical engineering. Roya Reza Navaz in chemical and process engineering. Jeremy Patrick Robinson in mechanical engineering. Ashley Marie Stewart in mechanical engineering. Jiak Sun Tun in electrical and electronic engineering. Sunichi Yamada in computer science.
I call upon the Dean of Engineering, Associate Professor Shane Gooch, to present the graduates in his college. Chancellor.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present these graduates for the conferment of degrees and the receipt of diplomas. Masters of Engineering, Dennis Gustav. Thomas George Hughes. John Herbert Morris. Masters of Engineering and Management, Daniel Colin Allen Brown. Matthew Grant Gibson. Shane David Goldingham. Brent Hainsworth. Yun Ho Michael Lee. Xuan Luan. Niall John Morrison. Kyara Sophie Onash. Harrison John Oram. Hugh Burridge Patterson. Oinuku Orangi Thaddeus Joseph Schuler. Eric Wee Chai Song. Henry John Stewart. Callum Scott Taylor. Zachary William Timbleson. Yini Tang. Poye Valakia. Grace Andy Woodell. Masters of Engineering Studies with Distinction, Paul Daniel Horn. Samuel Trevor Sloss. Masters of Engineering Studies, Arman Deepak Balram. Hamish Malcolm Rutherford Barker. Ivakish Rohinton Contractor. Nimesh Neil Deo. Saranya Jeresami. Ijas Edavana. Shinyong He. Shirag Anil Ishwa. Sijo Raymond Hussein. Muazzam Akhtar Syed Munir. Shabham Tomar. Yu Wen. Shabnam Zari. Master of Human Interface Technology, Zoe Jasmine Didi Platt-Young. Bachelor of Engineering with First Class Honours and Bachelor of Arts, James Henry William Howe. Bachelors of Engineering with First Class Honours and Diplomas in Global Humanitarian Engineering, Stanley Sarkis. Southern Heath Turner. Bachelors of Engineering with First Class Honours, Irene Alice Anderson, Senior Scholar. Nicholas Michael Goodson, Senior Scholar. Harrison John Mander, Senior Scholar. Jeremy Mark Penrose, Senior Scholar. James Andrew Robinson, Senior Scholar. Lydia Jane McCulloch Sainsbury, Senior Scholar. Benjamin Thomas Scott, Senior Scholar. Lucy Joy Adams. William Lance Edlam. Dane Reuben Payne Alexandra. Emma Rebecca Arens. Abigail Margot Catherine Ison. Ryan James Barker. Connor Albert Bartosh. Joshua James B. Joshua Mark Blackmore. Zachary Sossack Blakely. Charlie John Boone. Kyle John Brewer. Gareth James Brownlee. Alexander Christopher Buckton Wishart. Timothy Michael Bullen. Tamara Jane Bullock. Alice Maria O'Flaherty Burrell. Maximilian Patrick Lush Butler. Georgia Audrey Kinge-Byrne. Elsa Sarah Joan Carroll. June Howe Nicholas Chan. Logan Joseph Clark. Sam Alexander Knowles Donald. Guy Robert Lawson Dooney. Nick Anthony John Eden. Kushal Ruan Ikenyak. Ewan Hugh Fairbairn. Brooke Renzi Fleming White. Dinesh Fonseca. Matthew Peter Goodson. Brandon Robert Grant. Christopher Adrian Green. Stefan Hall. Anna Rose Hardy. Beth Francis Hardy. Omar Raed Fatih Muhammad Ali Hassania. Hugh Murray Hendrickson. Oliver Russell Marks Hunt. Nicholas Ryan Jackson. Isabella Catherine Joe. Morgan Lindsay King. Jacob Bryce Klenner. Aaron Sui Heng Kwak. Samuel Johannes Capers. Dong Hang Lee. Yuri Lee. Thomas Ignatius Lilly. Luke Bradley Longworth. Hannah Marie Matthews. Brendan Peter May. Daniel Philip McDowell. Alexander Declan McHugh. Ziad Hussein Muhammad Khalil Mustafa. Callum Peter Pritchard. Kristen Paul Rowan. Simon Ranson St. Ledger Reeves. Elizabeth Margot Richardson. Oliver Strawn Robb. Emma May Cassie Rudge. Grace Gibbs Fendel Stanston. Hayley Rose Scott. Shyam Sundar Savaraman. Charlie Vianney Suif. Andrew William Sussman. Sophie Louise Tingy. Vicky Ik K2. Benjamin Anthony Van Norden. Callum James Veal. Laura Catherine Viney. Matthew Blair David Waghorn. Sophie Elizabeth Walton Smith. Rau Wang. Bridget James Walters. Hannah Eloise West. Cheryl Xiao Ling Wong. Xavier Mackenzie Wood Ellerberch. Sophia Merle Woodhams. Thomas Dean Wilson Wright. C. Shua. Wei Jia Shua. Freddie Samuel Georgie Gali Yusuf. Bachelors of Engineering with Second Class Honours Division 1. Norfaden Binti Ahmed Fuzi. Matthew Ian Joseph Allen. Mark Rayner Reynoso Arez. Tim Mark Auld. Joshua James Barry. Liam Stewart Beckett. Samuel Eric Beeston. Thomas George Bell. Riley Greta Birkinshaw Day. Billy Wade Callahan. William James Campbell. Thomas James Chapman. Angu Chin. Danny Gore Xiang Chu. Andrew James Christie. Siri Autumn Chum. Matthew John Verity Clark. Samuel James Clayton. Hamish James Cotter. Nitish Neil Deo. Lauren Nicole Deva. Benjamin James Dobby. Aidan Nathan Durney. Seamus McCann Elliott. Matthew Zane Epps. Kim Tasman Essenberg. Gregory Jason Evans. Joshua Dawson Ewing. Dorothy Sionra Figacia. Mark Walter Ferron. Matthew Malcolm Flowers. Courtney Anna Giles. Alexander James Henry Gillen. Daniel Noel Grupila. Grant William N. Harvey. Campbell Robert Heath. Fawzi Kamal Fawzi Ahmed Hind. Lauren Elizabeth Hill. Roy Alfred Heinemann. Aidan Kinton Hui. Francis Lee Humphrey. Harrison James Hunter. Daniel Chernsign Heinemann. Todd Alexander Innes. Joshua Campbell Iron. Hannah Margreta Jagvik. Nicholas O'Reilly Johnson. Scott Sangster Johnston.
The music interlude. This morning's music will be performed by Daniel Cooper. Daniel Cooper is a Master of Music student here at the University of Canterbury, studying conducting with Professor Mark Menzies. In 2018, Daniel graduated with a University of Canterbury with a Bachelor of Music with first-class honours in performance organ under teacher Paul Ellis. Alongside his studies, Daniel works as a freelance performer, conductor, and teacher in Christchurch. His current musical leadership roles include Director of Music and Organist at Knox Presbyterian Church and Director of the Christchurch Ledderfell Male Voice Choir, founded in 1885. Daniel is particularly passionate about directing and performing champions, in particular masterworks for organ, choir, and orchestra. In 2018, he was responsible for several New Zealand premieres of music by Philip Glass, Arvo Part, John Cage, and Lamont Young. Daniel enjoys challenging audience expectations and introducing new ways of thinking, engaging, and listening to music. Today's performance reflects that. Piece d'Orgue by Johann Sebastian Bach was probably composed between 1708 and 1717 during the composer's second visit to the German city of Weimar. The two outer sections of the work have been entirely reinvented for today's performance with an aim to capture the resonant acoustics and wide variety of sound that the town hall organ can produce. Gabriel Baird is a second-year music student here at the University of Canterbury, where he studies piano, bassoon, and composition. Last year, Gabriel achieved distinction in his piano diploma and has been intern and casual player with the Christchurch Symphony Orchestra on bassoon. Today, we will hear his brand new work, Peace Plank, of which the composer writes, and I quote, "The piece is about a growing sense of dread, loneliness, and self-immersion, imbued with a gentle connotation of persistent misery and an unsettling dissent." His words. It is my pleasure to invite Daniel to perform for you.
Bachelors of Engineering with Second Class Honours Division 1, Emma Daisy Johnston. Hemi Lawrence Jones. Joshua Owen Jones. Martina Rahu Junka. Shristi Kanal. James Alexander Kinniston. Pierce Joseph Walter Landon Lane. Timothy James Langer. Dongwan Lee. Ivan Vega Lei Sam. Yin-Chen Liao. Elliot Joseph Lyon Smith. Dominic Chuan Song Lo. Charlotte Rose Lorden. David William Paul Liao. Veronica Dehamko Lumawaj. Hannah Trees Lynch. Benjamin James Matthews. Brent John Moira. Cormac Alice Bulford McCullough. Flynn Edward Bullman McCullough. Max Robert McDonald. Patrick John McKenzie. Strethan Charles McKenzie. Peter Thomas Medema. Georgia Miller Tevenard. Sylvain Francois Fabien Mousset. James John Safeti Moore. Serena Jacqueline Moores. Scott Joseph Mohoney. Samantha Ann Morris. Matthew James Nugent. Christopher Anthony McConnell. Ross John Oliver. Aidan William Pidd. Nicholas Jordan Playvale Bevery. Joel Nathan Power. Plaisau Hugh. Max Colorado Rayner. Liam Joseph Michael Regan. Matthew Frank Reed. Hamish John Riley. Jeremy John Allen Ritchie. Nicholas James Rogers Wren. Michael Roman. Nathan Williams San. Michael Neil Sani. Fraser Logan Scott. Gemma Louise Scowen. Matthew Robert Simpson. William Hansen Sloan. Samuel Lane Smith. Daniel Alexander Smythe. Abner Mateus Zuza Duarte. Fergus Rutherford Spears. Tate James Steele. Nathaniel Robert Stewart. Sean Gregory Story. Hamish Ian Strange. Edward Thomas Matheson Sullivan. Cameron Andrew Swales. Fa'iwing Zito. Joshua Thomas Taylor. Nicholas James Thorndon. Alice Mary Hunt Tyndall. Gordon Thomas Trenner. Lewis James Verburn. Shikwan Wang. Russell Wenslick. Harry Stewart Wilcox. Elliot Peter Wilkinson. Blake Eric Williams. Oliver James Williamson. Patrick James Marsh Wills. Singyi Wong. Zia Ye. Jin Yu. Justin Uchang Young. Feng Wei Zhao. Bachelors of Engineering with Second Class Honours, Division 2. Amir Akman Bid Akman Nami. Andrew Thomas Bamford. Seamus Rayner Bardul. Aaron John Medwick by Levin. Nicholas John Cornelius Bonning. Jack Samuel Boyle. Ross James Campbell. Max Richard Francis Campion. Daniel Peter Cato. Lewis Adrian Coetzee. William Allen Coles. Angus Jack Cool. Matthew James Cooper. Emma Catherine Cross. Jack Raymond Howard Dolman. Gordon Arthur Gavin. Hema Govind. Tayrin Ha. Marshall Andrew Stewart Hanlon. Jiliang He. Thomas James Heathcote. Timothy David Carlisle Hodson. Kendall Grace Hoffland. Daniel James Horner. John Barry Hughes. James Alexander Hume. Carl Samuel Irvine. Jago Nathaniel Jacob. Timothy McIntyre James. Richard Scott Jarvis. William Campbell Taylor Johnston. Alexander Jacob Kalin. Nixon Wei Kwan Kan. Dong Ho Kim. In Hwan Kim. Hugh Edward Knight. Ching Lee. Yi-Jae Lee. Benjamin David Lilburn. Madeline Custodio Lamas. Roderick Derry Lockhart. Tony Brian Loftus. Daniel Patrick Mark Mahoney. Peter Robert Murphy. Maximilian Marshall. Caitlin Dara McCarrigan. Celia Elizabeth McLean. Zia Fares Mahamadi. Dirk Scott Alexander Morrison. Hamish Peter Ward-Muir. Owen Dennis Murphy. Hope Richard Neeson. Kevin Richard O'Kane. Michael James Panfillo. Ridgely George Paxton. Simon Charles Pearce. Robert William Themister. Daniel Philpott. Sebastian Reed Prescott. Simon Walker Reed. Elliot Broby Robb. Taylor Russell Roberts. Liam Bruce Ryan. Leica Nali Sakayo. Patricia Ann Mamas Season. Daniel Oliver Southwood. Mark John Sefton Sproson. Quinn Alexander Thomason. Jonty Fulco van der Bergen. Anthony Philip Veer. Hamish Andrew Walton. Alan Patrick Watt. Joseph Michael Charles Wedd. Jackson George White. Cody J. Whitelaw. Hushan Keshapar Williams. Huang Sin Sia. Riran Shui. Nathan Alexander Yates. Kai Zhao. Bachelors of Engineering with third class honours. Sheree Simon Aifa. Mike Ivan Montegar Anigo. Felipe Meister. Benjamin Patson Bowden. Benjamin John Cook. Brennan James Corlett. Kyle Jaden Fern. Andre Hellier Gordon. Jessica Jane Garatti. Liam Roy Hayes. Zida Wang. Ezekiel Joshua Arakap Incapace. Thomas Francis Jacob. Angela Kartika Husif. Alex Lear. James St. John Matthews. Benjamin Paul McGrath. Ali Ray Pearson. Aidan Matthew Purvis. Jesse Raymond. Miriam Yanina Via Pia Saha. Connor James Wilson. James Matthew Wong. Master of Forestry Science with Merit, Dai Wang. Master of Forestry Science, Heidi Henry William. Bachelors of Forestry Science with First Class Honours, Sarah Lisa DeGiar. Nathan Daniel Starrick. Bachelors of Forestry Science with Second Class Honours Division 1, Reese Jonathan Black. Ben Pumari Raretti. Georgia Luane Sharp. Millen Thomas Visser. Lachlan David Tammy Sullivan Weston. Bachelors of Forestry Science, Matthew James Braddock. Charles Sanderson Brown. Jinjing Chun. Patrick James Dravitsky. Sean Philip Green. Joshua Alexander Irvine. Cameron Stewart Leslie. Quinton Maley. Nia Shai. Guy Michael Wilkins.
The Honourable Leanne Dalziel is serving her second term as Mayor of Christchurch after serving 23 years in the New Zealand Parliament from 1990 through to 2013. The last 4 terms as MP for Christchurch East. The Mayor is an alumna of the University of Canterbury, completing a Bachelor of Laws degree and being admitted to the bar. It is our very great pleasure to have the Mayor present the first graduation address on our return to this traditional graduation venue here in the Christchurch Town Hall. Leanne.
E nā mana, e nā reo, e rau rangatira mā, tēnei te mihi kia koutou, I te kaupapa o te rā, tēnā koutou, tēnā rā tātou katoa. May I acknowledge Chancellor Sue McCormick, Vice-Chancellor Professor Cheryl de la Rey, Registrar Jeff Field, members of the University Council, academic staff, graduates, along with all of your friends and your families. I have been looking forward to today for many reasons. One was to participate in the parade that would bring life and joy back to the central city in a way that no other occasion has been able to do since the earthquakes. However, we can all understand why that cannot be. The reason still hangs heavy in our hearts and minds. We grieve for the lives that have been stolen from us, but we grieve too for the intangible loss, something taken from us by something that should never have happened here, not in Christchurch, not in New Zealand. It is, however, the response to what occurred on March 15 that inspires hope for the future of our city and of our nation. An act that was designed to divide us has in fact united us. This extraordinary outpouring of love, compassion and kindness has been felt deeply by our Muslim brothers and sisters who tell me that they have been uplifted by these expressions of solidarity. And the infinite capacity for forgiveness and love expressed by our Muslim communities in response to this atrocity has been truly humbling and is a message that has been heard across the world. These are who we are as a city and as a nation, and no one can take them from us. I graduated from the University of Canterbury with a Bachelor of Laws in 1984. I had already been admitted to the bar in a very special ceremony in the High Court. I didn't think I needed to enrol for the graduation ceremony. And 35 years later, I still regret that decision. Not for me, but for my parents, especially my mum. This is why I'm wearing an academic gown for the first time in my life. And that's why I start by acknowledging the people in the lives of the graduates, the mums and dads, the partners and children, everyone who has encouraged each of the graduates and given them the drive and the confidence to pursue their dreams. You can be proud of what your support and your sacrifices have given them, and you can be proud, and we could hear the pride, we could feel the love as each of them came forward to receive their degree. But I think it's important to start with that acknowledgement because no one comes here to a ceremony like this alone. We all come with a seed that has been planted, a spark that has been ignited or fanned, a belief that someone has instilled in us that today was possible. And then I acknowledge those whose role was to shape that sense of possibility into the steps you have taken towards this milestone. Your lecturers, tutors, mentors, and fellow students who have helped you to sharpen your curiosity, to nurture your capability for inquiry, and to enable you to develop the discipline that is the degree that is awarded to you today. I say this is a milestone because this is not the end of anyone's journey. Curiosity, inquiry, discipline, they are the essence of lifelong learning that cannot and will not be constrained by institutional boundaries. I have learned a lot more about disaster risk reduction, response and recovery, and the importance of building resilience than I ever knew before the 4th of September 2010, when I had never even heard of liquefaction or lateral spread or known that there was such an engineer as a geotechnical one. My degree in law may have given me an appreciation of the complexities of insurance, but not the impact of multiple reinstatements of policies after multiple aftershocks. Given that this is the first graduation ceremony that has been held in the Christchurch Town Hall since those earthquakes, it feels fitting that the ceremony is for graduates from our engineering school. Can I, in that regard, acknowledge all that the College of Engineering has done in the post-earthquake environment, adding so much to our knowledge base and ensuring that we do become more resilient and that we are better prepared for the future. And can I acknowledge the role the university plays in ensuring that we learn the lessons that were taught to us through those earthquakes and the recovery and the response that followed and the recovery. I make these points because we talk often about lessons learned, and what I have come to understand is that lessons are not learned until they are embedded into practice. So I want to acknowledge the university for the role it continues to play. I know much has been made of the distinction between a disaster that has at its source a natural event as opposed to a man-made one. That goes to intent only. You have incredible responsibility in the engineering fields when you design and build with safety of people always to the fore, and that is a responsibility that you take with you. My knowledge of the engineering professions, as you've heard, has come from the earthquakes. At their essence, engineers are problem solvers. I know that sounds simplistic, but when you strip away the tools that are employed, the steel, the concrete, the chemicals, wires, or radio waves, it's about the solutions. The fact that you have studied here at the University of Canterbury at this time in our city's history enables you to leave this place confident that there is much more to your degree than what it states. The memory for me of the student volunteer army pouring through our silt-sodden streets 8 years ago will always remain with me, and that is part of the legacy that you can take with you. You can add real value to your communities, no matter where you live or work, no matter where life takes you. Some of you have come from overseas. Your education can take you anywhere in the world. I hope you will consider staying and making Canterbury your home. If not, I can promise you, and you've heard it all before as alumni of Canterbury University, you will always be forever welcome in Christchurch. It is your home away from home forever. You are always welcome here. We are part of who you are. And all of you must remember that you have studied at one of the top engineering schools in the world, and that comes with a sense of responsibility as well as a sense of purpose, and that is to do good in the world. A top education demands this of you. We expect it of you. And from your time at Canterbury University, I am sure you expect it of yourselves. You are problem solvers, and there are many problems that need to be solved. No one can solve these problems alone. Complex problems require many disciplines, many lines of inquiry, and many minds whose curiosity is piqued by different things. This is the true value of diversity, and we must all seek it out if we are to take on the global challenges that we must confront. They are the most pressing problems to be solved. When I was a law student here over 35 years ago, we didn't have much time for engineering students. But I've grown up since then, and the earthquakes have put paid to any such nonsense. So I thought I'd end with this quote from someone called Richard Lamb, and I forgot to look him up to find out who he was. But he said this: "All we know about the new economic world tells us that nations who train engineers will prevail over those which train lawyers." No nation has ever sued its way to greatness. Congratulations on your success. When you leave here, think about whose shoulders you stand on. Be grateful for everyone who has helped you along the way, and make a pledge to be that person for others who will follow in your footsteps. Nō reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā rā tātou katoa.
Chancellor. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me once again in expressing our appreciation to our distinguished speaker, Mayor Leanne Dalziel, for an inspiring address and for her affirmative message of the value of engineering graduates in our world today, and particularly here in Christchurch, Canterbury. Thank you. Congratulations to all our graduates whose achievements we celebrate today. With a qualification from the University of Canterbury, we are confident that you will succeed in your career aspirations and you will make a difference in our society. In recognizing your achievements, I also wish to acknowledge the contributions of those who have supported you throughout your studies. Your whānau, family, friends, and of course, your lecturers and the academic staff and the general staff of the university. I wish to congratulate all our staff for your achievements in bringing our graduates to this point of success. Over more than 100 years, our existence as a university has made a difference in the world, and today we are very proud. We have established a worldwide network of alumni. To our graduates, you entered the ceremony this morning as graduands. You will now leave as graduates of the University of Canterbury, having become part of the community of scholars at this university. This is a network that you will find across the world making a difference. We encourage you, if you're leaving the university today, through our alumni office to stay in touch with us, as we take great pride in following your achievements throughout your lifetimes. We also anticipate that many of you may enroll with us for further qualifications as you may change your careers over a lifetime. In this world, the continuous flow of information and ideas, new technologies and growing complexities make continuous skills renewal an absolute necessity. In conclusion, I wish to remind us all of our Chancellor's message, her challenge to us all to go out and show the world how our University of Canterbury education and experience has enabled you to develop the skills and the character to make a tangible contribution to your communities, to our communities, in the workplace and in the world at large. Our very best wishes to you and for your future. We have now come to the end of the formal proceedings. We will now sing Gaudiamus, the words of which are in the back of the program in English and Latin. As a way of honoring the achievements of our graduates, I will ask that you continue standing while the academic procession and the graduates leave this auditorium. Thank you.
Gaudiamus igitur,